The first cocktail that we're making today is gonna be a pineapple jalapeno margarita, but listen here, you heard it here first, guys. Not every margarita is gonna be perfect for your taste. Just like any DIY project, take this as guidelines and not just like a rule, because here's the thing, we wanna make sure that this is perfect for your palate. So in the recipe after, we're gonna put ways that you can customize it if you need to make it sweeter, more spicy, or even a little more sour. Let's get started with, of course, a shaker of some sort. I don't care if you've got a proper shaker, like a Boston shaker, or something like here. I don't care if it's a water bottle that hasn't seen the inside of a gym in over 365 days. Let's take the top off and go ahead and add in the tequila. I'm using a Blanco tequila today because I like it to be nice and clean, but remember, if you want something smokier, you can more than welcome add a reposado or an añejo. I'm gonna be putting in 1.5 ounces, which is the equivalent of 3 tablespoons, because we like it a little bit more on the alcoholic side, and we'll just make it rain like we're bucking for a roll in Coyote Ugly too. All right, friends, now we need the pineapple base. Pineapple is gonna add sweetness, it's gonna add viscosity, it's gonna add that lovely tropical note that we're going for. So again, you wanna make sure you've got your pineapple juice. I've got it right here, and I'm adding in 1.5 ounces. So if you are not having any measuring tools, then just eye everything. You can do it in equal parts to your tequila, and we'll go ahead and make it rain one more time. I like to use my nose when I'm doing this. Much like when you're using a measuring tool in a DIY project, this guy's gonna give you a good indicator if you've got an equal balance of flavor. And it smells like I do. Now, the next thing you need for any margarita is, of course, you need orange liqueur. And there's so many types of orange liqueurs out there. My goodness, you could just spend hours looking in the liquor store. So just choose one that speaks to you. I chose one with a slightly deeper base to it. And we're not looking for a whole lot. We want about 0.5 ounces, so about 1/2 ounce is what we're looking for. We just want that orange aromatic in there. We're looking for something delicious, giving you a little bit more, of course, of that alcohol base as well. And we make it rain. Now, no margarita is complete without some lime juice. So when we're thinking about limes, you want to make sure you've got a good juicer on hand. We're not muddling anything into this puppy. So I'm going to grab one, and depending on how big your limes are, you'll need about 1/2 to 1 full lime per cocktail. I'm going to go ahead and just toss mine in my little juicer, and then I'm going to squeeze, 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 and go ahead and pour it all out. And then use that nose one more time to see if that acidity balance is in. Ooh, now comes the spicy part. Now, I want to remind y'all that you've been lied about jalapenos for your entire life. You've always been told that the hottest part of the jalapeno is its seeds. That's just not true, honey. The hottest part is the white ribbing on the inside, which contains the majority of the capsaicin oil. Now, when we're talking about all this, I want to make sure you know we're going to use just the tip inside of here. We want to make sure just one small piece. You can always add more heat, but we are mixologists. We are not magicians. We cannot remove heat from your glass if you get it too hot. Once you've got all of these things in, we do need to give it a quick muddle. Push down, find that jalapeno, and give it a little screw in like you're screwing in any of your DIY furniture. Really put some elbow grease into it. Get that heat out and give it one last smell. You should be able to smell a little bit more of that heat. Now guys, of course, when you're ready for all of the finals, we need to make sure you've got ice. So let's go ahead and add in our ice, friends. Go ahead and chuck it in, and then I want to see your best shake face as you shake for 12 full seconds and make this thing look fancy. Let's get shaking. We want to go up and down. This is not a shake weight infomercial. I do not want to see a one-hand shake today, guys. So make sure you keep it loose, but keep it tight, you know what I'm saying? All right, once you've got 12 seconds on the clock, now we're ready to indulge. So now we want to make sure we take this top off. We are going to strain this out. Now you can either add ice into the final product, which I might feel like doing and I might not, depending on a whim, or you can do something else. But here's the thing, you want to make sure you've got a garnished glass. Now garnished glassware is really cool. You can do so many things with it. I've painted on a little bit of simple syrup and put a black salt triangle on to match what will eventually be my little triangle of pineapple. I'm going to go ahead and pour this in from low to high. Remember, the higher you pour, the cooler you look. And now that we've got this in, I think because of this glass, we're gonna add a little extra ice, which means I need to go and grab my ice. Ice. Now, we're gonna pour this in, just like so. Don't worry, again, how full you get it. And then we, of course, want to make a beautiful garnish. You want to make sure you're cutting a nice piece of pineapple. I'm going to use a very large knife for today, something that's a little bit more butchery, if you must, to go ahead and just cut a nice piece of pineapple. I'm going to make a round of pineapple first, and then I'm just going to cut that pineapple into a triangle. So I'm going to make a nice triangle piece, and then I'm going to go ahead and stick it into my cocktail. You can push it on the side of the glass if you want. I like to make it even with my salt rim, creating the, of course, pineapple jalapeno margarita. Now the next thing is to taste test, because of course we want to make sure it's perfect for your custom palate. So go ahead and give it a sip, and then tell Mama, how is it? One moment while I give it a sip. Oh, a patio pounder for sure.